Well, I want to wish you a happy season, but I also have to tell you that we're okay. But I'm not doing well, Larry, with all that happened at the bank, and I just can't accept it. And it's on my mind all the time, and there's nobody to help.
Hey everybody, Larry Elford here. It's 2016. We're looking at the continued deception of investors. I'm going to give you a look at how that goes with the help of the securities commissions in 13 provinces and most of North America. Okay, we're going to take you through a little tour starting at, let's see, the Queen's Printer here, Securities Act, Province of Alberta. Section 100, a person or company shall not represent that the person is registered under the Act unless the representation is true and unless the person or company specifies the category of registration under the Act and its regulations. Seems pretty clear. We go a little bit further along and we look at search for the words misrepresentation in the Alberta Securities Act, which is here. 118 matches for the words misrepresentation. They cover it very well as to what you can and cannot state in a prospectus, in your title, in your license. Jump over to British Columbia Securities Commission. They have a section in the Act 34. Person must not act as an advisor unless the person is registered and registered in the category prescribed for the purpose of that activity. You can't call yourself an advisor unless you're registered as in the category of advisor. BC, here's Ontario, Section 44, representation of registration. No person or company shall represent that she is registered under the Act. Representation is true, and unless the person specifies his or her category of registration when doing so. Misleading or untrue statements. Can't make a statement that a person or company knows is misleading or untrue, or does not state a fact that is required to be stated, or that is necessary to make the statement not misleading. So we've got those things as a background. Let's just do a search, shall we? Calgary investment advisor. See how many we get. Advisor, Edward Jones, Mackenzie, CIBC, Integrated Wealth Management, Certified Financial Planners, Sage Investment Advisors, Vanguard, TD, on and on. You got lots of advisors here. I looked at this one earlier. Let's look at it again. Choosing the right investment advisor, Richardson GMP. It should be a relationship based on trust, is what they say. Unbiased advice. Find out a strong support team, and this one investment advisor or portfolio manager. Let's see what Richardson GMP has to give us a relationship based on trust, shall we? Okay, we're going to go and do some checking here. We're going to go to a site called aretheyregistered.ca. This is for Canadian checks. License checks of Canadian brokers. We're going to search for an individual. Sorry, we're going to go back. We're going to do a detailed search. We're going to leave the individual blank so we get all persons at a firm. And we're going to select, let's see, we'll take all jurisdictions. Yes. And we'll look at how many people are licensed advisors at Richardson. So let's see. We got a search return, no records. Please try searching again. Back to search. So we've got no advisors. Let's do a different category. Let's do check all. Let's do advising representative. Let's see how many of those guys we've got. Your search return no records. Please try searching again. Back to search. Last but not least, let's check a dealing representative. That would be the category of a salesperson. and we'll see how many of those are at Richardson's. 590 people. Now we can go a little bit further. We can check into their individual name. We can look where they're at. This gentleman's in Calgary. Click on Alberta, and he is a dealing representative. Okay, we're going to go and do some checking here. We're going to go to a site called aretheyregistered.ca. This is for Canadian checks. License checks of Canadian brokers. We're going to search for an individual. Sorry, we're going to go back. We're going to do a detailed search. We're going to leave the individual blank so we get all persons at a firm. Now remember what we saw when we looked at Richardson's advertising, choosing the right investment advisor. And they said, do you have an investment advisor or a portfolio manager? The investment advisor category, they don't show anybody as registered as that. And they don't show, okay, they don't show anybody on this search. They show people as a dealing representative. And remember, the search found how many people as a dealing representative? 590 people were dealing representatives. No one was an investment advisor or a portfolio manager. Let's go back and find out what a dealing representative is. We'll click on this plus sign here. We'll click on a province. And a dealing representative, if I click on this little question mark here, they make it pretty easy for people to be fooled. And this page comes up, Understanding Registration at the Securities Administrators website. And if we go looking for a dealing representative, it's down here. And across from that, that's a salesperson. So the nefarious thing, the thing that I call misrepresentation, is that firms advertise choosing the right investment advisor. It's a relationship based on trust, and yet they're hiding the fact that these people are salespersons. How do you base a relationship on trust when you hide the license and you hide the salesperson commission incentives from the person who is supposed to trust you? An advising representative, which Richardson showed having 0 of their representatives licensed as, is a person who provides advice. A dealing representative is a person who sells on a commission. So, back to what they promised. They promised a relationship based on trust. They advertise investment advisors, and the rules on advisor are clear. You can't call yourself an advisor. You might be able to play a spelling game or trick people, but you must be in the business of engaging or advising another with respect to investment. That's exactly what Richardson's is saying that they're doing, and they are hiding the fact that they don't meet the requirements. They're hiding the fact that they're salesperson licenses. They're hiding the fact that they're licensed as salespersons, and that is a misrepresentation. And as we've seen, representation, misleading or untrue statements, all of those things are against the law. And sadly, the Canadian Securities Administrators ignores that. And here's how they do it so easily.
Well, I want to wish you a happy season, but I also have to tell you that we're okay. But I'm not doing well, Larry, with all that happened at the bank, and I just can't accept it. And it's on my mind all the time, and there's nobody to help. I feel just like my victim letter said, and I want to contact the new federal government in this new year. I need you guys' support. I need your support. Ken Kamiko, you're the only 2 people I trust, and that we're honest with people. I'm just plain not having a good time at all about it. I'm afraid of them. And I see them lying more and more to people. And I need help.